Let's have a big hand for John Isner.
Well, I had an older brother that was playing a little bit, so that kind of got me going. I picked up a racket. I guess I had some pretty good results at the local 10 and under level or 12 and under level or whatever. It was my freshman year I gave up basketball and chose tennis. In juniors I was a pretty good player, but I wasn't nearly good enough to go pro. I was undeveloped, wasn't strong enough, I wasn't mature enough. So I knew college was the right choice for me. And also I was real raw. I knew I had a lot of untapped talent, and so going to college with Coach Diaz there was a great experience for me. And I knew I wanted to go 4 years. I said that from the get-go. My junior year, our team was undefeated out in Stanford for the NCAAs, and we lost in the finals. So we were 31-0, I think, and lost in the finals. Finished 31-1. And that really left a bitter taste in my mouth. I knew I had one more year to come back and accomplish that team championship goal, and I knew we had a great team coming back, and the tournament was going to be in our backyard. So that was something I was really looking forward to, and we played well all year long. Really, nobody really challenged us. I hate to sound cocky, but nobody challenged us all year long. We were dominant throughout the whole year, and to be able to win the championship in Athens was very special. Going in from college, I won a lot in college. We won a lot of matches. Had a really good record. Our team also won a lot, and so I was accustomed to winning. But I knew, going into the pros, it was going to be quite a different experience. I was gonna take some lickings, take some beatings, and which has happened, so far. And but that's just part of it, and you gotta be able to overcome that. And obviously, I'm going to lose a lot more matches in my career, but hopefully, I can win more than I lose. So I go into every match thinking, I can compete and win, because the mental aspect is definitely the most important part of the game. Because if you're mentally strong, it gives you that confidence to go for a big forehand in the corner. And when you're mentally strong, you realize what points of the match you need to capitalize. You can have the strokes, you can have the game, but if you don't have the mental game, then you're not going to succeed. This whole professional tennis thing year-round is very new to me. I've only played just sparingly in the summers after school got out. So now I'm doing this full time, and fortunately I've had some good results. Early on this summer, when I did pretty well in Washington, I went there just hoping to put up a good showing and and not embarrass myself. But then I realized after each match, after I won a bunch of close matches, I realized that I could pretty much play with anybody. So I think mentally I got over that hump, and that's helped me out a lot, and that definitely helped me out a lot in the US Open, for sure. In the zone is just, you get everything clicking. You feel like nothing can go wrong, and I'm just supremely confident. I think I really felt that when I was playing in Washington, because I played a lot. I played 5 third-set tiebreakers, and in each third-set tiebreaker, I was playing against world-class players. I just felt really confident. I was going for my shots, and they were going right inside the line. So that was, I really felt like I might have been in the zone there. Yeah, I've become really good friends with James Blake, Marty Fish, and now Andy Roddick. Before this tournament, I was in Texas with Andy Praxton for a couple days, and they have given me a lot of advice. Really, just a lot of stuff like on scheduling stuff, what tournaments to play and what not to play. Just a lot of stuff. If you feel like you're playing well, go out and play a lot. But if you feel like you're not playing well, go back and practice and fine-tune your game. A lot of stuff like that. But really, more than anything, they've just been friends with me, and that's it's really invaluable, and I really appreciate that. Yeah, there definitely is a lot of depth. I've heard some people say that there's not as much depth now than there was when Sampras was kind of dominating, because when people were comparing Sampras to Federer. But I think that's quite the opposite. I think there's a lot more depth, especially in that top 100. And if you're inside the top 100, anybody can beat anybody in any given day. In which, the same can be said out here in these challengers. You got to really be on your A game every day, and if you're not, then you can easily get upset. Well, short-term goal is to, I think by December 1st, to get inside the top 100, which is doable. Which is, I got about 5 challengers left on my schedule, and I got to jump about 40 ranking spots up in the ranking to get inside the top 100 and make the Australian Open. So that's my immediate goal. But as far as long-term goal, I really don't set that many long-term goals myself. I just try to mainly focus on just getting better, improving and practicing hard, and and the results will follow. Really only practice about 2 hours a day, which really isn't that much. A lot of pros practice on the court more than that, but I go about 2 hours on the court and try to do an hour and a half off the court, either conditioning or in the weight room. So that's usually my routine. I guess you could say I'm kind of fortunate. I really have a natural service motion. It's something that I've always really had, ever since I started playing. But in Georgia, when my time at Georgia, I got a lot stronger. I got my lower body stronger, and my upper body stronger, and that's when I started to develop a lot more power and speed on my serve, because my motion's always been there. There's great environments in most places you're going to play at, and it just generates a lot of buzz, and it's just so much fun. And really, I wake up each morning anxious to go and anxious to play.